So it is a brand new day and I'm coming at you in leather. This is an All Saints fit. I'm off to see their runway show and I've just found out it's in a tunnel in Holborn. So the top half of me is fine, the bottom half of me is gonna be chilly. So let's go see what their new collection is all about. I'm gonna meet Henry as well. We've not seen him in a while, have we, on this channel? You guys love a good Henry twin. So yeah, outfit, got like a little belt situation going on. Just washed my hair, so it's uber fluffy, but it's raining. I've discovered, I was looking at my videos that I do in the street and I was like, why do I look like I've got a receding hairline on the videos, but in real life, I don't? See this bit here? I've got white blonde hair all in this section, like baby hair coming through. Like all this is baby hair and it's really weird. I feel like I need to dye the baby hair situation because the sun has somehow bleached it or something, or I don't know if it's coming through blonde. I don't know if you can see, do you know what I mean? Here, like see this section here, when I film on camera, it's not coming through or in life, because I was really confused because my hair feels so much thicker than usual, but on camera I was like, what's this situation going? I think it's when the sun is directly over my head, it like shines on the blonde, the little blonde tufts. But yeah, I've got so much baby hair coming through. I have like a fringe, which is just baby hair. So I'm gonna continue with my hair growth journey because it clearly is working for me. Look who I found! Team! We've got Row.
My hair's so fluffy. That light is killer.
We are sat front row at the All Saints runway show. Is it autumn winter or spring summer?
We're heading into autumn winter, so it's autumn winter.
No, that's wrong, I'm right. It's spring summer.
It's definitely autumn winter, 2023.
No, it's spring summer 2024.
Are you sure?
I don't know. I think I'm right. Write in the comments who's right. I think it's spring summer.
No, it's definitely winter.
Because the whole of Fashion Week has been spring summer.
Oh, that's a good point.
Do I smell of garlic? I've just had a garlic and onion salad. Bad choice. Show your fit. Very nice.
I mean, this place is 100 degrees. I'm sweating. My hair is just blocked. I might have to take a cap on.
I like your hair.
I know this.
This is the venue. It is so cool.
Best friend. I'm wearing an All Saints cap, an All Saints knitwear, some All Saints jeans, and some Doc Martens. I mean, I wouldn't actually wear the hat, but it was so hot in there, my hair was flapping so much. But that's my fit. Now Laura wants her fit. Okay, tell me your fit.
I'm very focused.
Tell me your fit.
I literally just threw this together, but I thought I had to wear All Saints to an All Saints show. We have All Saints sleeveless biker. Just a cashmere black woollen sleeve. Let me give you a... Was it worth it? Was that shot worth it?
I don't get paid for this shit. For fuck's sake. I was in the vlog last night. Find it again.
This is a very Henry heavy vlog.
Now they're all going to be in your DM, so me and you to marry.
Can you give them a fitness tip of the day?
Fitness tip? Oh, that's a very good question.
You're doing a marathon this weekend, aren't you?
I am doing a marathon. Here's a running tip.
Where are you doing your marathon?
I'm doing it in Berlin. I'm going to give you guys Berlin Marathon. I'm aiming for sub 250.
You look so tall in this angle.
I'm 6'3". You asked for a running tip. Let me give you one. Okay, so one running tip you guys should know is you've got to run slow in order to run fast. And I'm going to make that really quick, break it down really quickly to you. A lot of people think every single practice run you go on, you need to dash out the gates, and I made that mistake before, but you need to make sure you're running at a talkable pace, because that's going to build your aerobic capacity, and therefore you're actually going to build that aerobic capacity over time, and that'll make you faster running when it comes to race day.
Wait.
So don't run out the gates and go slow to go fast.
Have you got a tip for someone that's sat on the couch and can't be bothered exercising?
So basically what you're referring to is a tip for yourself.
No! Hey! I'm sat here working!
Okay, so motivation comes and goes, but discipline is what you need. You've got to be disciplined.
That's fantastic quote from Henry.
If you're disciplined, then you're going to get shit done anyway. Motivation's just waiting for chance.
Okay, you can go now.
How dare you?
Henry's just moved
You own the
house
sofa.
and decided to run a marathon
At the same time, and go on holiday.
and go on holiday at the same time. This boy stresses you out.
I stress myself out. Alright, I need to go. Love you.
Bye.
Good morning, guys. How are you doing? It is such a beautiful day today. It is like that weather that's like turned autumn. The sun is shining and there's like a really cold, crisp bite in the air. Got my Marks and Spencer's fluffy dressing gown on, which means the season has turned. This is the Rosie Huntington. I always get my dressing gowns from Marks and Spencer's. It's like a thing. You just have to. So I am off out to meet my friend today. I've just washed my hair, put them in these curls. I do this not to have a bouncy blow dry, but I do this to tame the crown at the back of my head. If any of you have one of these, pin curls are your savior. Because if I don't do this, like tame the hair in the right direction, it's like a disco in the back. And we don't want that. So that is with the weird hair. So I'm just gonna do a little light bit of makeup and put on an outfit. Did I tell you where I'm going? I'm going to Richmond. We're gonna see the deer, we're gonna have a nice walk. I do this often these days. People ask me, what am I doing at the weekend? And I'm like, well, I have a really nice walk planned with my friend. And then we're gonna grab some food. That to me sounds like a great time. So yeah, this is just some bronzer I put in like the crease of my eye. My friend Abby, who you know, she's been in this vlog a couple of times. I'm meeting her again today. She is currently working with Gemma Atkinson, who you guys probably know. She's been in a lot of TV things. On her podcast, she's the life coach on it, the expert, which is amazing. So I'll leave that link down below if any of you want to go listen. I'll let her explain a little bit more about it today. But also, I was listening to the first episode yesterday, and they were talking about how they think that doctors give antidepressants out too easily before like actually seeing if there are reasons why someone's depressed. And it got me thinking of like things in my life that I do that make me happy and are really good to lift your mood, that maybe you could incorporate if you're feeling down. Because I feel like if you're sat here watching this and you feel a little bit depressed, try these things out, and honestly, it lifts your mood so much. My number one thing at the moment, which I have literally done this morning already, even though I'm going on another walk today, before looking at my phone, before looking at my emails, the first thing I do in the morning, even if it's chucking it down, maybe not, but even in like a blustery type of moody weather, I really enjoy it still. I get up and go for a walk down by the river, and just like that sunshine, like today it was gorgeous weather. First thing in the morning, just no stress, no worries. It really is good for the soul. This is a real good one for me. Look at your friendship circle. Is it good? And what I mean by that is like, have you, like this, I've really cut people out the past year, and it did me the world of good. I flew from it. I don't think I was aware how much like negative impact like certain friendships were having on me. Have you ever had a friend or been out with some girls and like you just leave feeling off or weird, or they say something that's like, ooh, yeah, check your friendship group, check your friends. Are they actually your friends? Because I feel like especially female friendships are so hard to like find decent female friendships. It's so much more complicated than boy friendships. You'll notice I have a lot of friends that are boys, especially I always say gay men are my safe place. I find gay men like a really happy environment for me to be in. So I have a real close, like Abby's been my best friend for like 20 years. I feel like it's really weird calling someone your best friend when you're in your 30s. But me and Abby have been through thick and thin, and like we've just, yeah, it's a strong friendship that's been going on a long time. And then I have a lot of male friends just because, yeah, especially gay ones that are like, it's just a safe space for me. I find particularly like female environments are tricky for me. I feel like surrounding yourself by incredibly strong women is the way forward. I find insecure women just use me as a punching bag, and I've only just discovered that in the later years that that's what happens. I always thought it was like a me problem, or like I wasn't likable, or people hated me for no reason. And then I realized I just make people's insecurities worse. Unfortunately, that is what happened. And if you're a strong woman with a strong character, you're gonna do that. So if that is you, you need to surround yourself by strong women. And especially if you're successful, if you're a successful woman, you're gonna lose people on the way to the top, but that's okay. Because there'll be other women out there that will support you, and you need to find them, and it's hard to find, but just be aware. That's my tip. Yeah, don't get into friendships willy-nilly without really seeing if they are the right friendships for you. That's a good. I put my foundation on after my eyes, by the way, just so I can like give my face a good clean in between. That's why I've just turned the camera off and on. Just so I can clean underneath the eyes from fallout. I don't know why people would put foundation on first. It really baffles me. Like especially with eyelash colors as well, you'll get indents and stuff. So I just tend to do the eyes first. Number 3 is exercise. If you are feeling down and you don't exercise, honestly, that is the number 1 reason you probably feel down. For me, exercise, moving the blood around your body is the biggest thing to lift a mood. When I had long COVID and I couldn't move my blood around my body, that is the one thing that made me so down. So I think people, if you hate exercise, like I think baby steps, like don't do anything crazy. Like there's so many different forms of exercise. Choose the one that fits for you. Like I hate yoga, I would never do it really. So there's like, you could go for a walk, you could go for a bike ride, you could take up any kind of sport, go for a long jog. I don't know, just moving your blood around your body, like getting your heart rate up, elevates your mood completely. You'll feel less sluggish. It's good for your health. Like prioritizing health will make you feel so much better in life. I really feel it. One of my choices recently is that I'm not going to drink. I don't really drink anyway. I drink like a handful of times a year. Like it's very rare that I will drink anyway. But I just noticed how bad my body feels after drinking, that it's just not worth it. Like being healthy to me makes me so much happier. I perform better. I really noticed it in the gym when I've drank. Like my body just takes like a week to recover, and like it's just so totally not worth it. And I find like having a cup of tea instead of a glass of wine like brings me probably more joy. So yeah, putting your health as a priority can completely change how you feel. Like I have not been ill. I'm still on the Gusto diet. It's not even a diet, it's a lifestyle. Like the healthy eating, I'm still doing it, and I've not been ill since. My hair is growing so fast. Yeah, even like when I drink, I get spots. It's just not worth it. So if you're not prioritizing your health and you feel down, try making your health a priority. It also will give you a purpose, which I find is one of the reasons people get down. Like when you lack purpose or can't find your purpose, there's nothing worse. Like I remember feeling that before I found this job. So yeah, by the way, this might look like I'm putting a lot on, but I literally put nothing on the brush. And like do the faintest layer. So it looks like I'm wearing nothing at all. Under the eye, I'm just gonna go in with the Armani concealer. I'm really enjoying this. With everything, I literally do the lightest coverage. I just find that helps. Another tip, read. I have become so, I'm gonna say it, so much smarter in life, as in like people smart, yeah, life smart, rather than like book smart. I know I'm reading a book, but like not like paper smart, but like I feel like I've become so much smarter from reading this past year. And if you have an open mind, like even when the book doesn't resonate with you, I feel like it really, really helps. For instance, if someone is like, read this book, I will read it. And I think if you don't take someone's advice on reading a book, or if like you're like, oh, this is a load of crap, just read it. And then at the end of the book, you can still say your opinion, but you can't say something's a load of crap before you've read the book, if that makes sense. So yeah, I've had a couple of books this year that have really changed my whole mindset. And I think a lot of people read these, are they called self-help books, or like just like factual books? Not factual books, but like, yeah, so like the self, I find self-help is such a bad term for them, but like, you know, books about like, I don't know, the ones that I recommend reading. I've read some this year that have literally changed my life. How can a book change your life? That's mental. Just like understanding people more or concepts more. I feel like the more, like, knowledge is key, isn't it? And yeah, I think I really overlooked. I think I saw a lot of people reading these books and not putting anything into practice, which really put me off. Like there was always a certain kind of person that read these books, and it was ones that never did anything about it. So I had a really skewed vision of like these books. But I think if you are a very proactive person and you read books and you take in the information, they can honestly change your life. I read a book at the beginning of this year, which I go on about, well, I used to go on about it a lot. It was called Narcissist's Playbook, and I don't know, it just really changed my whole how I looked at things, and like my whole past suddenly made sense, and like my whole relationships I'd had with men for the past decade really made sense, and like it just unlocked this whole thing that I was like obviously clinging on to for so long. And I felt like when I was able to learn about that and let it go, did me a world of good. And that was from just reading a book. So from that moment onwards, I've read a ton of books. Some don't resonate, some do, and I'm gonna keep on reading books. So if you have any book recommendations for me, let me know. I'm currently reading the Becoming Supernatural one, which is, sorry, I had to open a window, it's not quite winter yet, it's still hot. I'm currently reading the Becoming Supernatural one. I haven't finished it yet, so I'll let you know what I think when I finish it. It's a hard read. I have to read pages a couple of times for it to sink in or make sense. But yeah, I like some of the ideas behind it, so I will let you know. Just putting some blush on. I am on the last shreds of the Beauty Pie blusher. And my final tip, we've done 5, haven't we? Good number. I'm just watching Maths, which you guys know I love. I am such a hardcore Married at First Sight fan, and those of you that don't understand Maths, it is not just like a dating show, it is psychology at its finest. It is fascinating. They always put a narcissist in there. they put different personality types in there, and I find it interesting because you can see which ones work together, and I just find the whole thing fascinating. But I'm watching Married at First Sight UK, it's just started, and it really broke my heart, the girl with the red hair, when she was like, I worry that he won't think I'm good enough, or they won't think I'm good enough. And I was like, why? Who doesn't think, why are you bothered? Why someone that you don't know won't think you're good enough? And I think so, I was like, I wonder how many people have this mindset where they're like, they go out and think, oh, I hope people think I'm good enough. Like, who gives a shit? Like, do you think you're good enough? That's the issue I think you need to tackle. Like, honestly, the moment you think highly of yourself and think you're good enough, your whole world will change. In relationships, in anything that you do, start to know that you're good enough for you, and not care whether someone else thinks you're good enough or not, because if they don't, they're not in your life. Like, you don't need them in your life. And I don't think that like, people put so much emphasis on what people look like as if it's like the be all and end all. Like, you could be the funniest person in the room, you could be the smartest person in the room, you could be, I don't know, there's so many more attributes to a person that looks is so not deep. Like, believe me, the amount of male models that I have dated that have been boring as fuck, or like just narcissistic and painful to be around, give me a funny man any day. So the tip is, if you have that mindset where you worry that people won't think you're good enough, pretty enough, funny enough, anything enough, switch it. You are good enough. You start thinking you're good enough. You're just good the way you are, and the key in life is not to try and impress people to make them think you're good enough. It's to find the right people and surround yourself with them that do think you're good enough. Because believe me, I have been around people that think I'm not good enough or make me feel like I'm not good enough, and I just get rid of them. Like, bye Felicia. Like, yeah, stop worrying about what people think. And I know that's easier said than done, but I think the gym thing is the perfect example of this. People worry about going to the gym because they think a spotlight is on them and everyone's watching, and you rock up to a machine and you have no idea how to use it, and you think, oh god, everyone's looking at me, that I don't know how to like do this. Believe me, everyone is so everyone is so the main character of their own movie that they've not even noticed you. No one's noticing you. So you could literally go into the gym with see-through pants on, and I don't think anyone would even bat an eyelid. Like, especially men in the gym are so busy looking at themselves and flexing their muscles that they've not even considered you. And the only way they would probably consider you is if they think that you're valuing them in any way. Are you checking them out? Like, everyone is so self-involved that you should probably just not give a shit. Like, so many people are probably worried that people are looking at them to even worry about you. Do you know what I mean? So try and get rid of the like feeling that you're not good enough, or I feel like I need to figure this out, because I've always had this, like I've never cared, and I feel like I want to work out why, and like maybe I can give you some tips on how to do that. I'll give you a thing that really helped me. So I'm tone deaf, I can't sing whatsoever. Looking for an eyebrow pencil. So I'm tone deaf, I can't sing to save my life. Believe me, I've tried on my own. I used to sing Cher with a hairbrush when everyone went out the house when I was younger, and really thought I was like at Wembley. But I can't sing. I'd love to have that gift, but you know. So I went to stage school, and part of that was we had to sing by ourselves every single week in front of everybody, including the head teacher. Everyone else was absolutely fantastic. I got on this in the stage school for my dancing ability and my acting ability, but the singing really let me down. But I seemed to be the only one that couldn't sing. So everyone else had amazing voices and I was tone deaf, and I still had to get up and sing every week without fail and give the performance of my life, knowing that I was the shittest one in there. And after 3 years of doing this, I just stopped caring and actually started to enjoy myself and put on a performance that, like, it almost didn't matter that I couldn't sing, and I don't think anyone else cared that I couldn't sing. It was just like I made it into something else, I think, or like I just didn't care. And even when we had like end of year shows and you had to audition, I'd audition for the singing part knowing full well that I was shit. I just enjoyed, like, I enjoyed my confidence in not giving a flying fuck. And I think that's so, at the time it was quite, at first, like that process was quite like a painful pill to swallow, that I was not the best. I have a real natural competitive streak, and the fact that I was not the best really didn't sit well with me for a while, nor could I ever be the best. Like, I think singing is one of the things in life that if you're not naturally good at it, there's just no hope. Like, I think with dancing you can learn, but you cannot learn to sing if you can't. So my left eyelashes have literally got alopecia at the moment. They have all fallen out. I don't know why. Like, people always ask me, like, one of the comments on my videos I get a lot, my walking videos, is like, I couldn't do this with everyone watching. But the moment I started making money from Instagram and it changed my life, you literally just do not give a shit. And it's like, why let someone else's opinion stop you living the life that you want to live? Like, if I stopped walking down the streets because I was concerned what people would think, I wouldn't get to live this life that I live. And yeah, so don't let other people's opinions hold you back. Just fearlessly do whatever the hell you want. And I think as kids we don't have any inhibitions, is that the word? And like, as we grow up we develop them, and just take a little leaf out of your younger self's book that, like, just be unapologetically yourself and do whatever you want. It's like that episode in Friends, you know, when Phoebe runs and Rachel judges her. We should all take a leaf out of Phoebe's book and just run like a crazy person because it feels good. Right, lipstick time. It feels like I never look okay, or like I don't look like me until I pop lipstick on. My favorite part of the makeup is always the lippy. I don't think I can talk after I do this though, so I'm gonna time lapse this it. Okay, makeup done. I'm just gonna unpin these and go meet Albie. I hope you enjoyed my little 5 whimsical help you get out of a shithole tips. Also guys, can we just appreciate how fast my hair is growing? I don't even wear extensions anymore. Like, it's growing at the rate of knots. Like, look at it. It feels so healthy, so good. I feel like it's going ginger as well, which I'm not mad about. New brand crush, Alex Butter. I want to hope that I'm saying that right. The gold earrings that I wore in the Giorgio Armani video over on Instagram are from the same brand, but I am obsessed. Like, they have the most beautiful accessories, and they just sent me the a new set of earrings as well, which I'm so in love with. Like, look how amazing these are. They are so beautiful. Like, especially that Christmas is just around the corner. I'm all about the blingy stuff. So yeah, final makeup look, a bit of a transformation. I feel like I always look like my 12-year-old self without makeup on, and then I put makeup on and I look like Laura now. It's really weird. I'll link everything that I used down below. Just a little bit of everyday makeup, and let's go meet Abby. Oh, I'll show you my outfit. Okay, outfit wise, we have the River Island knit on I had at the All Saints event. It's just a really gorgeous knit that's not too like heavy, great around the neck. Got Zara gilet, which I've actually been living in. I don't know why, I just feel like it's a vibe. I've got the Holland Cooper crossbody bag, the Dior sunglasses. Let me show you my pants in the mirror downstairs. So I just got the Amazon leggings on, their fleece lined, because it's autumn now, and then we've got the Amazon riding boots, which I just again live in. So let's go meet Abby.
I'm vlogging today, by the way.
I wouldn't. Dear watching. So we have reached Richmond Park. This is mine and Abby's little thing. How often, when did we do the last one? 2 vlogs ago. It's quite a regular occurrence.
Yeah, walking in nature.
This is our idea of a great
Saturday.
Saturday.
It is. It used to be nightclubs, and now it's like, let's go to the park and walk around with a cup of tea.
Oh, it's just pleasant. The weather is fantastic.
It is, and it's been so bad this week as well, hasn't it? And now it's just come out just for us today.
We've seen some deer, insert clip. Maybe, but maybe not get too close. Abby's got very excited about the deer.
I love the deer.
But people ask me what am I doing this weekend, and I would never think to go on a night out, would you?
No, I mean, it's not my natural go-to
I
at
couldn't
all.
think of anything worse when I'm this age. But this, I'm like, jump at the chance at.
Yeah, it's been really pleasant.
Very, very pleasant. Like the sun is shining. Look at Abby's
Perfect
hair.
temperature.
She's done the, is it the Beauty Works one you got?
Mermaid waves. with
Beauty Works jumbo wave.
Yeah.
I feel like
I've not
enjoy
done the
it.
best job.
No, you
but
have. It looks really
this
natural.
side's better than this side. Yeah, I wanted to look like I'd casually been on a beach.
I like that. I want to try and do it with my hair. But yeah, this is Richmond Park. If anyone comes to London, it's just on the end of the district line. Richmond, we had a little walk around today. We're definitely going to move here.
It's the perfect place.
It's
actually.
really lovely.
It's definitely like where to live goals, isn't it?
Yeah, I told them about your podcast before we came.
Oh, did you? Thank
Yeah,
you.
and I told them that you'd tell them a little bit more about it.
Okay.
No, I'm
No
saying.
pressure. So the podcast is a podcast with Gemma Atkinson. It's called Gemma's Overshare.
It's #1 in the charts at the moment.
It is, yeah. It's #1 at the moment. And this week's this will come out later, right? Was this coming out soon?
No, tomorrow.
Okay, so this week's episode is all about bodies. I don't know what next week's is. I'm in like 4 episodes of it as the expert.
We're gonna have to switch
But
on.
it's really okay. It's really fun because we have like audience members, like Gemma's audience, come on and they share their stories. So it's kind of like listening to your friends. And then every now and again, I hopefully pop on with like a bit of helpful advice.
I enjoyed it. I had it on when I was cleaning and I felt like I was in there.
I enjoyed it, but I would, wouldn't I?
I told them about, I really liked it when you said, you know, when people go to the doctors for depression and they put them on meds straight away, like no one
Yes.
questions.
The story.
Yeah,
why
I like that
someone's
bit.
depressed. Because I think a lot of the time when we're depressed,
This would sort you out if you were depressed. Like,
it
look
could do, but it could be something else, and it's like you should be examining what's really going on for somebody, because sometimes it's in your environment and the way that you're living, and it's actually quite a natural response to certain things. Like it's natural to be depressed if you've lost your job or you've lost someone you love,
yeah.
and sometimes like the go-to is, oh, just medicate this person.
I'm really against medication. I feel like I will always look for the natural way rather than.
Yeah, I would for myself, but I also think, you know, sometimes people do need to be medicated, and that's okay as well. But it's kind of like they do it quite quickly without
Yeah.
looking at the deeper story of what's going on for that person.
Like,
I think
actually,
that's good
what
to
you
do
do,
that.
Abby's a life coach, but like, actually, sometimes could having a life coach benefit more than the medication? Or like, is the life coaching first and then the medication? Because if you could simply fix your headspace by talking to someone.
I mean, it does help to talk to someone, like whether that's
Really
a therapist, coach, or even like a friend or family member, because sometimes we don't tell people stuff because we feel like ashamed.
Yeah, not at
But
all.
sometimes if you tell someone your issue,
It gets so much better. I've done that before, kept something inside for years, and then when I talked about it, suddenly like a weight lifted off my shoulder.
yeah. It's like if you keep a secret, it's really bad for your mental health. Did you know
Really
that?
bad.
Because it's how much you think about the secret as well, how much guilt you have around keeping a secret from
Yeah.
someone. So if you can just share it with one person,
It doesn't seem
it
as
will
bad.
be helpful. Yeah.
Like something halved is not as bad.
Yeah, unless you've done something criminal and you tell a police officer
Yeah.
and you end up in prison.
Yeah, don't do anything criminal, people. But how lovely is this? The weather is perfect.
It's spot on.
I love it. I'm such an autumn girl. I would change, like, autumn's my season.
I mean, yeah, today is great, but I feel like 2 days ago it wasn't
I
for me, that
still went
weather.
for my morning walk when it was raining.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, I'm a hardcore morning walker. Whatever the weather, I just like it.
What did you wear?
This,
But when it was raining, did you have a brolly?
I had my other.
That's what I'd be thinking about, like how to stay dry
Yeah.
and also not look awful, because usually you just end up looking like, you know, you go to Alton Towers and you have to wear one of those
Well, it's poncho.
ponchos. that's what I'd be out in.
I nearly bought my assistant a poncho because we keep shooting in the rain. Like one of the plastic ones.
Yeah.
Right, I'm going to put this down, guys, because my arm is hurting. But yeah, Richmond Park vibe. Look at this another horse. Me and Abby are going to take up horse riding.
Yes.
We're very into this. The little hacking over there. I feel like that would be
This
lovely.
is the perfect day for that as well. When you're on a horse, though, you get hotter. So in a
Do
way,
ya?
if it's a bit colder than this,
Why did you get hotter?
well, I think it's the heat of the horse.
Oh yeah, true, body
You're like
to
sat
body,
on
yeah.
like a big hot thing.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But-
sweaty it can be.
When you reach your 30s, I feel like your mindset changes and it's all about like little wins rather than like a high, like a night out. Like it's like the small things in life, like a cup of tea, a walk, a roast, a little casual horse ride. I like a bike ride, a little dog. Like it's.
little dogs. Every time we go past a little dog, I have to like comment on it.
I'm
don't
gonna
I?
get one for us one day. Can join the
Maybe we
commute.
could have like a dog that we swap. You know, like we do. You do
Well,
one
you'd
week,
have
I
to-
do the next
well,
week.
you'd
and we
have
just
to when I
like,
go on a press trip. You'd be in charge. Anyway, I'm going to put this away because my arm's falling down. We've just ordered some cookie dough to share. That looks immense. Right.
this tree. This tree is the largest tree in London, possibly in the UK, but it's not the oldest tree. This tree is 350 years old. The oldest tree in the UK is in Richmond Park and it's 750 years old.
But I just turned around, it was absolutely huge. Like, look at the girth on that. I do. You could make a house in there. That's incredible.
Healthy as well.
We just stumbled across the cutest restaurant called Peggy Jean.
It's wonderful.
Should we go there next time? We should. We there?
This is very, very, very romantic.
Right guys, I'm gonna love you and leave you here. My parents are actually about to land in my flat any minute now. They're staying at mine tonight. They're just coming from Heathrow or Gatwick or somewhere. So I'm about to blitz the flat really quickly. I'm exhausted. Today I've done 30,000 steps to this point. So I'm a bit tired. I feel a bit windswept, but yeah, I thought I'd love you and leave you here and say thank you for watching and thank you for sticking with me in my YouTube journey life at the moment. As you can tell, I'm going strong. I'm going to keep it up. The next week is a quiet one for me, so I'm going to have a really chilled couple of days. I might do a closet turn my wardrobe into my autumn stuff, do some hauls and stuff for you guys and show you some of the new, like a more fashion heavy few vlogs coming up. So stay tuned and I will see you next time.